Ever wondered why Jews have been the subject of hatred throughout history? Let's take a step back in time to the ancient world, where the roots of anti-Semitism can be traced. Jews, known for their distinct religious beliefs and practices, often found themselves ostracized in societies that were predominantly pagan or polytheistic. They were different, and in the eyes of many, difference equated to danger. As societies faced crises, be it famine, plague, or war, Jews were conveniently scapegoated and blamed. This pattern continued into the Roman times, where Jews were perceived as a threat to the Roman Empire's unity and were subjected to various forms of persecution. Over time, these prejudices were woven into the fabric of societies, deepening and solidifying the fear and mistrust of Jews. This wasn't just a case of cultural misunderstanding or religious intolerance. It was the birth of a prejudice that would endure for millennia. Thus began the long and complicated history of anti-Semitism. As we move into the Middle Ages, anti-Semitism took on a more violent form. This period, spanning from the 5th to the 15th century, was marked by a series of events that led to widespread persecution of Jews. During the Crusades, for instance, religious fervor often turned into brutal violence against Jewish communities, who were seen as enemies of the Christian faith. Another significant event was the Black Death in the 14th century. As Europe was ravaged by this devastating plague, Jews were scapegoated and blamed for the catastrophe. This led to mass murders and pogroms against Jewish communities, particularly in Central and Western Europe. During the Middle Ages, Jews were also expelled from many European countries, including England, France, and Spain. These expulsions often resulted in the loss of life, property, and community for Jews, and they were forced to constantly seek refuge in new lands. The Middle Ages left a lasting impact on the Jewish community, further propelling anti-Semitism. Fast forward to the 20th century, anti-Semitism took a horrifying turn. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany led to a state-sponsored systematic campaign of hate and violence against Jews. This culminated in the Holocaust, a genocide that saw 6 million Jews ruthlessly murdered. The world looked on in horror and disbelief as the extent of the atrocities committed during the Holocaust were revealed. Yet, even in the face of such inhumanity, anti-Semitism did not fade away. It persisted, morphing into new forms and finding new platforms even after the world had witnessed the extreme consequences of such hatred. Anti-Semitism in the modern era isn't just a historical footnote. It's a living, breathing monster that continues to rear its ugly head. It's a testament to the resilience of hate and the ease with which it can spread if left unchecked. The Holocaust remains one of the darkest chapters in human history, a stark reminder of the extreme consequences of hatred. In today's world, anti-Semitism continues to persist. Recent years have witnessed an alarming rise in incidents targeting the Jewish community. These range from violent attacks on synagogues to a burgeoning wave of online hate speech. The digital era has given rise to an insidious form of bigotry, with anti-Semitic sentiments being amplified across social media platforms, forums, and other online spaces. Simultaneously, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories have made a worrying comeback. These unfounded ideas, often steeped in age-old prejudices, contribute significantly to the ongoing discrimination against Jews. They serve as a reminder of the deep-seated biases that continue to permeate our society. This resurgence of anti-Semitism, both in physical and virtual spaces, is a stark reminder of the intolerance that still exists. It underscores the importance of educating ourselves and others about the dangers of such prejudice. Despite the lessons learned from history, anti-Semitism remains a troubling issue in our society. So, how can we address anti-Semitism? It's a complex question, but a central part of the answer lies in education. Education, in all its forms, has the power to challenge prejudice, to transform ignorance into understanding and hate into acceptance. When we delve into the histories of the Holocaust, we not only honor the millions of lives lost, but also equip ourselves with the knowledge to prevent such atrocities from happening again. Holocaust education serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked hate and discrimination. Moreover, promoting interfaith dialogues is another pivotal step. By fostering conversations between different faiths, we can cultivate a culture of mutual respect and understanding. These dialogues allow us to see beyond the stereotypes, to appreciate the richness of our diverse world. By learning from our past, we can work towards a future free from hatred and discrimination. Let's strive to make this vision a reality.